Good morning. This is Kelley Hobart from Alpaca Direct, and I'm here with you today. Oh, I wanted to make sure and wish you all a happy new year. We are starting our new year, and boy, it was a rough start this morning. First, I forgot my phone, and then I dumped something on my pants. Anyway, I'm doing better now, I'm sure. So good morning to all of you, and I hope that you're looking forward to the new year, and I hope that you had a moment to reflect on your goals from last week. Now, we had some goals. I wanted to talk to you about what our listeners were talking about as far as their goals, and some of our listeners wanted to learn how to do entrelac. And that is a really fun topic. I don't know if any of you know what that is. Do you know what that is? You can give us a thumbs up if you know what that is. And then also give us a thumbs up or let us know if you would like to know about that, because entrelac is really easy and it is a topic that I can cover and knit with you on one of our Technique Tuesdays, because it's pretty quick. It's pretty fun and I like it. Another thing that people were wanting to learn was socks, right? People wanted to learn how to do socks. And I don't know, any of you out there do the two up, toe at a time, or do you like top down? You guys let me know what you like. Do you like top down or toe up? I don't know, I kind of like Judy's Magic Cast On. And I like toe up. And you want me to tell you why I like toe up? Because I can try them on my foot. And then I can use every little bit of my yarn right to the last drop, right, Tim? Mm-hmm. So I have no leftovers, and I like not having leftovers and being able to use every single bit of that lovely yarn.
Some people like the double points, right?
Yep, some people like double points. I learned using the magic loop method, but there are a lot of people out there that are fantastic knitters that love to do double points. And I know that my friend Tristan, she likes to use double points, or she's using them all the time, and she makes it look like music. It's music to my ears watching her, because she is so good at knitting socks with double points. It's just fantastic.
There was modular knitting, remember?
Yes, we also had several people wanted to do modular knitting, and Peggy Mowry showed us that on the VIP Facebook group. She had these wonderful pillows, and they were just beautiful. So any of you out there that don't know what the VIP group is, it is a group of wonderful knitters, and there's some crocheters in there too. And we learn from each other and we help each other out. And there are a lot of you that are posting comments about your knit club projects and trying to finish those up. Quite lovely projects, I might say. And I'm so proud of all of you for working on that and learning so much. It's fantastic. And I'm also looking forward to sharing this next month's Knit Club project that'll be going out very soon. I reviewed the final PDF, and the printer will be getting that pattern back to us very soon. It's a little tiny bit slow because the holiday ended up right over the weekend. And so it just kind of slowed things down. So anyway, but we will get that knit club out to you, and I am so excited for you to enjoy knitting it, because I enjoyed it. It was fun. Very, very pretty. So I hope you enjoyed that.
There's one other one too.
Oh yes. So I had talked about brioche before, and there was that hood that I did that had the brioche knit, and it didn't have the brioche purl, so it was like half brioche, and that was a really fun project. So you can look back on Technique Tuesdays for that one. That was one a few weeks ago. Totally fantastic and fun to do and easy, and I enjoyed that project too. I've made 3 of those, I think. It was really fun. So anyway, this week, what I was wanting to talk about is how to create projects that people will love to wear. And I'm working on baby projects. And so the first thing that I did when I was thinking about what I was going to make for Katie, or, what I did recently, is look through my projects that I had already completed. And I found a couple cute little things. I found these cute little booties. Do you see? And these ones are crocheted. Oh, they are so cute. And this is a pattern by Mama Chi. I think it's Tamara Murray or something like that. Mama Chi. It's Mamachee. And it's all one word. And these were really cute. If you're beginning crocheter, you can see how easy these are to do. And oh, these are really fun. This was leftover some Madeline Tosh, but it kind of creates a boot. So I was thinking I would give these to Katie for sure because they're just so cute. And her baby's going to be born in March. Maybe there's a few days that'll be cool.
End of March, so first of
yes.
April.
So she lives in the Redding area in Redding, California, and it gets pretty warm there. And then I had made this little hat to go with it. And so I was thinking I would have that with the little booties.
So what was
Kinda
it
like
about,
a little
looking
set.
at stuff you've done before that gives you ideas?
Well, I just want to always look at the stuff that I have. And if I have stuff that is waiting for a home and I can incorporate that into my projects that I am going to be knitting for the person, I like to give those because I put a lot of effort into it. And there's no sense in having it sit in my drawer and not have a little baby enjoying it. This was another project that I did. And this is like a cotton blend of yarn. And that was a little baby hat that I was thinking I would give the baby to. Also, something that I was...
What's unique about that one? Because it's got like the cables and stuff?
Yeah, it's got cables in it. I just thought it was a cute little kind of a unisex baby hat. This would be good for a boy or a girl, which leads me into my next thing that I wanted to talk about. And I was talking to my twin sister, Kelley, and we were talking about colors because I had chosen the red color, but she said, choose neutral because neutral can be handed down from baby to baby. So colors that might work for a boy or a girl, like a gray or maybe a real light dusty blue, something that's more universal, cream. She was not too keen on colors that show dirt, to a lot of dirt, because given that our blankets and stuff are made out of high-end yarn, and we know that we don't want them washed to death. She said, choose a little darker color. And so anyway, so I was going to keep that in mind. And so I'm going to go rummage through our stuff and see if I can find some more neutral colors and see what I can do for that. Also, I had these cute little, these are baby Janes, and they are
your pattern, right? So we have a pattern for that?
Yeah, and these are little chunky baby Janes. And if you see how cute they are, I thought about giving this to the baby, but given that it's going to be so incredibly warm, and these almost seem girly to me. Don't they seem girly? They're cute though, but they would definitely fit a newborn. And having 100% baby alpaca, I just love it.
Make
Yeah.
post that pattern, right? Because it's on our website.
Yeah, yeah. Meg, you can post that if you like. It's
on
our
website.
yes, yeah, finish free booties. Anyway, that's totally awesome.
Oh,
And
that's a little closer because they couldn't see something.
they couldn't see it?
It's real
Sorry.
close. There you go.
You see, well, I just want to show them how cute it is from if you put a little baby foot in it, how cute it is. Okay. Do you guys see it now?
There you go.
Do you see it okay, Jim? Yeah. These are really cute little booties. I made them 20 ways to Sunday. I mean, I have made a ton of them, and they're totally fantastic. And you can do it without this strap and just do extra decrease rows and then have actual boots that are, you know, more neutral-ish looking, which are totally fantastic. Also, don't forget, as we're going along, so for this last week, we had a choice between the Stark 6 and the Zebra Ball Crazy, and I think the Zebra Ball Crazy one. This is awesome yarn. It is built by Shopple Wool, and it has that long color changes that are so nice for so many different things. So I thought for this week, now there's a reason why I chose these two colors, right? Do you know what it is, Jim?
No idea.
Okay, so the reason why I chose one is this color and then one is this color is because last year for 2020, the color of the year was this color. And this year is one of the very most popular colors is yellow. And I thought they were both very vibrant colors. So I thought, you guys choose and you let me know which one you like the best, the yellow or
2020 or 2021?
2021, yes.
The
And then we can send that out next week to the lucky winner for this Sueno, which is, you know how much I love Sueno. It's one of my favorite yarns, all-time favorite yarns. It's so completely versatile. And one of the things that's so versatile about this yarn is that you can knit it all the way from a number 3 needle to a number 8 needle, and it looks beautiful both ways. So And it's a machine washable. I like that the ply on it is a little bit, you see how the ply on it is nice and has somewhat of a tight twist. But boy, when you block this yarn, it does stretch. So you have to keep that in mind because it's a superwash yarn. This one really does grow. It grows a lot. So, but if you keep that in mind when you're knitting, which means I usually put it on a number 5, a little bit smaller needle, and then I allow for it to grow, and it's fantastic. Yeah, I really, really like this yarn. And it's great for babies because it's machine washable, treated to be machine washable. Although you know that when we say machine washable yarns, we still would prefer you to hand wash it. It'll last longer. If you want your baby blankets to last for the next generation, like Jim, we're using my son and daughters, our kids' blankets for our grandchildren. And it's totally fantastic. They're fine.
Yeah, you saved them all those years.
I saved them all those years. Oh my goodness. I'm trying not to be so much of the pack rat. I don't know if any of you out there tend to, cherish and hold on to stuff because there's memories associated with it. I can't give that up. I remember when we went all the way to Australia to get that. You know what I mean? And so anyway, I'm trying not to be that way, but I still do that.
So here's a little bit of trivia. So Peggy just said, Maori, so that she has a twin sister too.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Peggy, what is your sister's name?
Oh, she wrote it, but it scrolled away.
Oh, darn.
So
Yeah, mine, my mom named us Kelley and Shelley. And we were dressed exactly alike, and I would not recommend that. That meant that we were compared with every single thing that we did, and it just wasn't cool. Was not cool. You want your children, even if they are twins, to be unique and individual, and totally celebrate the differences, not just in the ways that they're alike. So anyway, just my opinion about being actually I was a triplet, but about being a twin. So here I am, I'm knitting along on all these things, and there were a couple things that I learned. Okay, I had this lovely pattern. It's a reversible shell pattern, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna use this pattern. And I started knitting along, and the chart doesn't match the actual visual picture of the item. So if you ever run into that sort of a problem, what I would recommend is you contact the designer, and I haven't done that yet, but I will. And designers are totally fantastic about helping you sort things out. And so I will be getting in touch with that designer and seeing if I can sort it out. I also, the chart didn't match, but maybe the written instructions will. So I was going to also try that and see how that works, because I could also rechart it myself if the written instructions are correct. What I love about it is the pattern looks beautiful, and it is reversible, so it's beautiful on both sides. So I'm not ready to give up on the pattern yet, and I have my little few rows here that I was working on, and this is the barn door red in Sueno, and you can see that it will be a lovely blanket if I get those instructions worked out. But I will, because I stick with it. For some people who are newer knitters, if you run into that problem, if you end up beating yourself up over it, don't. Put it aside and try other patterns that many people have knit, and then you will be successful too. And then maybe later on, when you're a little more skilled or you have a little more experience under your belt, then you can go back to it and knit it and figure out what the issues were, or fix your problems that you're having and move on and be able to knit that lovely blanket. Like, it could be a challenge for you for the future. So that's totally fantastic. Also, when I was thinking about Katie's baby, I'm thinking that the baby's gonna be born in March, and a lot of the yarns that I'm using are wool. So I want to make projects that are gonna last for a while. And I know that that baby's gonna be older, like by the time winter hits. So 6 months, so when I choose my sweater size, I'm gonna size up. I'm gonna do it like at least a 1 or a 2. If Katie were gonna have her baby in November, say, I might go ahead and use the newborn size because they could wear it right then and it would be perfect. Or maybe I do 0 to 12 months and then they could wear it all the way into spring. And so sizing up is fantastic when you're doing sweaters. Also, I love using, Google is a fantastic thing, right, Jim? Because you can do things like, you can go into Google and you can say, newborn baby head circumference, and you can get charts like this one that I found on on Google. And it has the circumference here and then the height of the baby's head here. And so if you factor in how much you want to fold over, or if you want to have a cuff that folds over, then you can know exactly how wide and how tall to make your hat. The only thing you want to remember is that for stretch purposes, it's fantastic if you use ribbing, because ribbing will, it's so stretchy that it'll fit more sizes than if you just use stockinette or something that doesn't have very much stretch. So I love using ribbing especially for babies' heads, because they grow so fast. It allows you to knit projects that'll last longer. And so that's good to keep in mind.
And Meg has links, so she can post some links for the heads and feet.
Yes, and I was looking, yes, and then this little chart shows you all a multitude of information. You see that one? That is so fantastic. So these charts are little tools that you can use just by going into Google and Googling it. That's what I did. And then, because my overall goal is I want to knit projects that people will be able to use, and they'll be able to use them for a long time, and they will fit properly so they actually enjoy them. That's my goal.
Right.
I mean, if I'm knitting a project, it's wonderful if I'm knitting and having fun, but it's even more fun if they actually use it for a long time. And I'm like,
well, remember,
I'm proud of myself.
So Christmas Eve, remember we had Misha over and Christmas, and Misha had Misha's mittens and Misha's hat on.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh yeah. So that's totally fantastic. So you can create projects that people and little kids can actually use for a long time. So that's totally fantastic. I love that. So we talked about the neutral colors, and then we talked about our due date, when the baby will be born. If the baby's born in summer, we're not going to create a bunch of wool items. Maybe we use some Pima cotton. I love Pima cotton. Don't you, Jim? Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. And what I love about Pima cotton, because I have Pima cotton pajamas that I've had for like maybe 15 years, and they still look brand new. That's what I love about Pima cotton. It's fantastic.
Well, it's the Peruvian Pima cotton because it's handpicked.
Right. Oh, it's fantastic. And the more you wash it in the wash machine, the softer it gets. So it is totally fantastic. So I like knitting with Pima cotton, and doing maybe for warm weather, maybe someone who lives in Florida could have a Pima cotton blanket, and maybe someone that lives here in North Idaho would like a wool blanket. I know, unless you're my sister. She came to visit me, and she saw one of the throws that I had, and it's 100% wool, and she lives in Redding, which gets hotter than smokes in the summer. You could fry an egg on the street. It's so hot there. But she totally wanted this blanket. It is 100% wool, and sure enough, she is sleeping with it every night. She said, that's my blanket. It's the only one I use. She likes it because she keeps extra warm. I guess she gets cold at night before she goes to sleep. Anyway, it's pretty funny. So I'm sitting here looking for, I told you about the Google measurements. And then, Google is totally awesome. Don't underuse Google, because you can find a ton of information, and what you do is you just go ahead and look there. And I told you the trending colors for our year is yellow. So that's always a good thing to know, don't you think? Right? And gray. Yes, gray is also very, very popular. It was popular last year too, but it is this year. And I think yellow, we seem to sell a ton of yellow and orange. Probably the orange because of hunter hats, don't you think? Hunters use it? I don't know. Anyway, we sell a ton of it. So I wanted to show you here on my little chart. Now, on this chart, it tells me the stitch counts don't remain constant. In other words, the stitch counts are always changing on the rows. But what I did is, if you look at this, to start your work at every row, when you begin the row, you start with a knit 5, and then you would work across whatever row you're on the shell pattern, and then you would knit 1, and then you would work the shell pattern, then you would knit 1, then you would work the shell pattern, then you would knit 1, and at the very end you're going to be knitting 4. You should have 4 stitches left over. And even though my stitch count's always changing, what I did is I still count my stitches. So if I have 17 stitches that I'm going, I'll still put my markers in between so that I can count and see how many stitches I have. And then that one knit stitch, this one knit stitch is still identified. So as I'm going along, I'm making sure that I'm not making a mistake. And so that I won't have to go back, because I think I added 2 extra repeats, and this pattern calls for like 121. So I have 151 stitches on here. And that would be a lot of stitches to go backwards on for even one row. But you can see on here, my pattern is kind of turning out to be seed stitch, and it's supposed to be ribbing. So I'm going to have to take that part out anyway. And so I just take it off the needles and go back to the garter. And then I also did 2 slip stitches on the edge. And all I do to make that is, when I get to my edge, I just slip the 2 stitches with the yarn in front. And the reason why I put the yarn in front is because when I turn my work, I'm going to be knitting them. So the yarn has to be in the position for me to work it on the other side. And so anyway, that's kind of how I do that. But doing these patterns that are reversible on both sides is totally fantastic. Yeah, and these are little booties that I'm doing. I'm doing 2 at a time using the magic loop method. And I think these little, this cord is like 47 inch. So you can see that my little booties are moving right along here. They still need to be blocked. But
those are for Caitlin's baby?
Yeah, yeah. I made them a little tiny bit bigger so that I can have, can you see it? Yeah. So that they'll last a little bit longer.
What are those made out of?
100% baby alpaca from Bravo yarn. It's from Bravo. See, I have to make alpaca for every family member because they're all expecting it now. Every baby gets something made out of the 100% baby alpaca, because where can you find baby booties in case we go to the snow or what have you? Where can you find 100% baby alpaca that you can put on your babies to make sure that they're warm when you're going out in cold weather? And I'll do little mittens, little mitts. I don't like to do the thumbs for little babies because I don't know if any of you have tried to put mittens with the thumb on a small child, but the thumb never gets used. When I put him on Eddie, she can't get her thumb in the hole. She's not big enough. And she's 2. She's still, we just let the thumb flop or do whatever it does, and then just use the mitten part of it. But yeah, so I'm going to make little mitts to match. So that'll be fantastic. Now let's look and see if we have a winner.
Oh, there's a question real quick. So,
sure.
So one of the ladies said, for a baby blanket, do you recommend a reversible? So I was thinking you like that Kisses and Hugs blanket.
Yeah, I have one here, my Kisses and Hugs, that I've had for a while. And I was thinking I might finish that for Katie. And if you look at it, here's the front of it. And the reason why I designed this with a bunch of garter stitch, because I want it to look nice, but to be easy to knit. And so it has just enough cables to keep it interesting. And then it has a lot of garter stitch to speed up the work. And this is using vintage chunky. And this colorway is called Minty. And I called it the Hugs and Kisses because it has X's and those on it.
And that's a free pattern, right?
Yes, it's a free pattern. Yes. So anyway, and if you look at another thing that I like about this pattern is that, can you see the edge, how it's scalloped? And then I made do you see on the edges here how the edging is really nice looking on both sides? That's totally cool. I love that. Anyway, this is that's like a TV watching blanket. It's totally awesome. And then if you don't know how to count rows between, you can count the strands in between the cables. Look on previous Technique Tuesdays. I teach you how to tell when you need to cable again. And if you look on Technique Tuesdays, there's an easy way to do that. And I thought that was a good thing to teach, just because I have had customers come in the store and say, I don't know what row I'm on and how often I need to be cabling. So can you look at this for me? And I'm like, sure, let me show you this little trick. But it's on the Technique Tuesday. So previous one. So now let's look. Now am I ready, Jim? Do you think I can do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, great. Okay, the winner for this yarn, which is the Zauberball Crazy. And don't you like that colorway? I'm doing the little crocheted booties. I haven't finished them yet. But I love it's crocodile stitch booties. Oh, I like crocheting's fun. Anyway, the winner for this lovely yarn is Mary Mayer. Mary, you won. Congratulations. All you have to do is get in touch with us and give us your shipping address, and we can send this lovely Zauberball Crazy out to you.
Because there's a bunch of Mayers. So.
It's M-A-R-Y, Mary, and then Mayer, M-A-H-E-R. M-A-H-E-R. So congratulations. This is beautiful yarn. You can do all kinds of stuff with this yarn. It's very versatile. I've used it for a lot of different things. I've used it for shawls. I've used it for socks. I've used it for baby stuff. I've used it for all kinds of stuff.
And it's from Germany, right?
Yeah, it's a great wool from Germany. And the way they do the color changes is totally fantastic. You can't beat this yarn. It's totally fantastic. Yeah, and they have different ones. Like this one is a thicker version, more like a DK weight. Nice yarn. Yeah. So, and yes, and the prize, you guys don't forget to vote on this Sueno DK. And one is the color for 2020, and the other one is the color for 2021. So you guys vote, and we can send it out in the mail to the lucky winner for next week.
So they asked about the triplet, but what we'll do is, why don't you say for next week, you can tell them your story about the triplets. About your triplet.
Yes, I'll tell you the story next week about my baby brother. So I will look forward to talking to you next week. And next week I was going to talk about more baby projects, but if you guys want to talk about entrelac or any of those new skills, let me know ahead of time and put it in the notes. And I can do a Technique Tuesday on that as well. So you guys could let me know. And then we'll do whatever that is that you choose for next week. All right, you guys have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday.